Over the past 3 years, the Wrestleverse has continued to expand like never before. Sanctioned and unsanctioned fight leagues, wrestling promotions, underground fight clubs, and narrative correctors. The Wrestleverse continues to become ever more connected with each passing second, opening doors to dream matches fans never thought were possible. Now, fight promotions across the globe are allowing wrestlers to compete in competitive markets, creating a broader portfolio for the competitors and a hell of a lot of amazing fight cards for the Wrestleverse. This is a Wrestleverse Top 10.
What's up, fight fans?
What's up, guys? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. This is T-John.
And Billy here.
All right, and this is your Top 10. So, man, I know that you guys are going through it just as much as I am, but as you can see, same hoodie. I haven't showered yet. I'm offending everybody in my room, but that's okay because that's what this is about.
Exactly. All of you hardcore wrestling fans know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, man.
It has been nonstop for the last 3 days.
Yep. I'm chewing on some Smarties, get some energy, you know what I mean? Because it don't stop, and it's only going to get bigger. Because, you know, WrestleMania, the actual WrestleMania is tonight in 1 hour, and then tomorrow, part 2. So, you know, let's not take up too much of your time. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into number 10. Okay. KO.
10, the KO interview.
Kevin Owens had this really dope interview, man. Kind of gives you a peek behind the curtains about how excited he really is about this, you know, his KO show, match, no match, whatever you want to call it. He's facing Steve Austin, man. That is a dream. And so, yeah,
this is great, though.
This is the biggest thing he thinks he'll ever do in his career. He knows it's not like he's going to hang up the career right after. He thinks he still has a long ways. And, of course, like, I think the same thing. But, yeah, no, this is huge. This is the monumental thing. He's brought Steve Austin out of retirement after over a decade of nothing.
Yes.
Like, wow.
You know, what I love most is not only did he just poke the bear that is Steve Austin, he poked the bear that is Texas, the state that WrestleMania is in. So, I mean, just this whole promo has been fantastic. This whole fight and him picking a fight, KO, it's brilliant. I love this.
He said it too, that, you know, that this whole Steve Austin persona that he took on, that was like his favorite thing. He said he knew that was going to get everybody riled up, and he loved every second of it. He knew Stone Cold wasn't going to be there, but still, even hearing the music, like it was like that adrenaline rush. So he said, like, this is a really big moment for him, and he's loving it.
That
and
promo tricked me twice. That cheeky bastard got me twice in that promo.
I thought that second one was real.
Really. I mean, he did. This has been fantastic. It's one of the better promos I've seen in a long time, and it really just proves how cheeky and how funny Kevin Owens is. And I love it, and I can't wait for this fight.
Man, and like some different news too. I had no idea that him and Sami Zayn were so close. So like they've actually known each other and been around each other for over 15 years. They've actually gone to the same promotions, and Kevin Owens kind of was like, you know, he doesn't really consider him a friend, more like a family member. You can't really choose your family. And so he kind of like, he doesn't really say that he likes him or doesn't like him. He's just like, you know, we literally, like, every promotion that I've gone to, he's right there, and they always group us together. Like, we're always like, when I have a run, he has a run. When I'm on a low, he's on a low every single time. So,
you know, they're both Canadian. So you imagine being an American in another country. Of course, you're going to kind of, you know, get close. I mean, whether or not, like you said, it's family. It's something greater than just being friends.
Exactly.
They're countrymen. So them coming from Canada and training here in the U.S. and also training in Canada and going through that experience together, I don't find that hard to believe at all. I think that there's a very common line there that I think most Americans don't experience because we don't travel abroad.
Exactly. And especially, like, we don't get to really find work anywhere else. Once you're here, you're just here. And mainly because, if we're being honest, nobody wants us over their places anyway.
No, I couldn't agree more. It's like, let's be honest. Yeah. Americans are pricks. I'm a prick.
Yeah. Like, if there's one thing that I learned, because I did a Euro trip when I was in high school, like my senior year. There's one thing I learned is that everywhere else looks at us like Texas. Like, they look at us like Texas and Florida. How we look at Texas and Florida, that's how the world sees us. So,
I totally get it.
Good.
I really do. I fully, unbiasedly, 100% understand.
Yeah, man, I rock with it. Whatever. I'll be that. I don't care.
Yeah. You think Texas cares? Being Texas?
Exactly.
No, they love it.
I'll be an American. Screw it. That's what I am. But all right, man. Number 9.
So number 9 is a cool one. We have some WrestleMania style weddings. This is pretty neat. I'm not surprised. I think that'd be pretty cool to get married in the ring. I wouldn't personally do it, but
not really my cup of tea. But there's clearly so many people in the Wrestleverse. It's bound to be somebody's. And so the WWE 2K22 ran a contest, and 2 couples won. Those people being Emma St. John and Sam Light from Illinois, and Michael White and Jordan Atarian from Maryland and Delaware. Shout out Maryland. All right. But they got married, in a WrestleMania style kind of thing. So they had the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart there, 24/7 champ, Dana Brooke, Tamina, Reggie. I'm sure Akira was there then if Tamina was there.
Yeah.
But Ronnie 2K and Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick was also in attendance for an epic ceremony followed up by a reception. So that's beautiful, man. That's super awesome.
Like I said, those are some big names. Those are some fun names to have at your wedding.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And what great story that is too for like your family and stuff when they're like, you guys got married? And it's like, yeah, I got married. And then like, because they're gonna be like, where was the wedding? And it's gonna be like, it was at WrestleMania. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah. And
so what great way to get out of like the stress of having your family around for the wedding than having such an excuse as getting married at WrestleMania. That's great.
Well, you know what? If you're one of those couples that want to one-up everybody, like try one-upping a WrestleMania style wedding. That's unique.
That's
nobody
super
can touch
unique.
that.
Very, very good. But all right, let's get into number 8. All right, man. Kid Bandit Crow. What a goat she is, man. So she ended up losing this match, of course, but man, she put on a show. A fantastic show. I believe this was a tag team. I can't even remember. I just remember her performance sticking out so amazingly. And like I said, yes, she did lose, but God, she was amazing this match. So I just want to give her a quick little shout out. She definitely earned a spot, and I had to give her number 8.
I'm pretty sure she wrestles in AEW as well. Don't quote me on that. I have to Google it, but
I was about to say, give me half a second. Because I'd be fast.
She looks familiar. I'm like 80% certain. But then again, it's been a very crazy week. So
her name comes up with AEW.
Yeah, I think
so. Maybe she did.
I think she has another personality. She has a
just
personality.
Kid Bandit.
No, not who I'm thinking of then. But anyway,
I mean, maybe it's Kid Bandit in
wrestling.
AEW, and then Kid Bandit. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, she looked familiar. Seen her before. Great, man. I mean, just skill beyond 100%. What you usually see in traditional women's wrestling. And I don't mean to be like sexist in any way, shape, or form, but sometimes you don't see somebody that far ahead, man. Great stuff. She's awesome.
And that's a great segue getting into number 7 because we got another one. So number 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what happened there, but cool. I guess number 7 couldn't wait. Let's get right into it. Kenzie Paige, Another great
performance.
woman having a fantastic match, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was really good. This is what this was a tag team elimination match at Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Yeah.
Which is just year after year getting bigger and bigger. You know, and Effie, I mean, let's be honest, he's fantastic. Say what you want. I love watching Effie. And this match with Kenzie Paige. Wow, man. Again, just showing off.
Yeah, when it comes to I mean, I know a lot of people are still, you know, discovering GCW like I did this year. GCW is
me as
fantastic. And I'm telling you, yeah, Effie is amazing. He's super charismatic. So just hearing that he had an event was something that, you know, everybody should tune into. And if you didn't catch it, when you have some time, go ahead and look back in it. I'm not going to tell you to look at it right now. There's too much going on in the Wrestleverse. But just put a pin in it, you know, bookmark it, do whatever you got to do, because you got to watch it. This is a great promotion. But we got a few more matches in this top 10 list that you'll see. And we'll give you, you know, we're going to give you
all the indie stuff has been fantastic.
Beautiful.
I mean, so far up until WrestleMania, what's been best to me has been the indie stuff.
Yeah,
so I couldn't be
SmackDown
happier.
Was not good last night. If we're being real,
you said it.
It wasn't. I've watched too many good things on these indies for SmackDown to come out like they did. I mean, I get it. You know, WrestleMania is around the corner. You got to save up your guys for the biggest show.
Yes,
I understand.
And I'm not poopy pants about WrestleMania. I'm ready for it. But
I'm
wow, leading up to it.
If I see some boo boo, I'm gonna call it boo boo. That was some boo boo. I'm not.
No.
You know,
so let's get into number 6. Anything but boo boo.
Yeah. Number 6. Now, if you watched any of our stuff, you guys already know how we feel about our guy, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Man has been on fire. Canada has been keeping him locked away, or we have been keeping him locked out. I don't know which way it goes. Both of them are silly, but I'm glad he's back, and what an appearance. He has made a fan out of me.
Dude is
just
going
a couple
crazy.
Days. I think he's on 7 matches now.
I think he's double digits. I think he's in the double digits now. I think he's on either 9 or 10.
Fantastic.
It's
what
ridiculous.
A performance.
And every single performance has been bangers, bro. Every single performance has been bangers.
Look at this. I mean, this is fantastic. He is winning match after match. Now, he hasn't won them all. He's not undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, the schedule these guys are going with, just match after match. He is just hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm
super insane. Fan. He is the MVP so far of WrestleMania weekend, in my opinion. I gotta give him credit. Like, this man, like, there's been a few. Don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of people who are like on right around that level.
Up there.
But the main person that I like, every time I hear him, I'm like, again, this is crazy. And I get hyped. It's Speedball Mike Bailey, bro. So kudos to you and your amazing work ethic. You get an NJPW Gold Club just because you're doing amazing, dog. So
amazing, man.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Huge fan.
Yeah, 100%. But all right.
But not to cut him off. But let's get into number 5, man.
Number 5. Oh, there we go. All right, couldn't find the damn button for a second. MSK regained their titles.
Wow.
Now they were I had no idea. I wasn't expecting it at all. To be completely honest. Go ahead.
I'm still.
You're in disbelief.
Yeah.
I understand.
My response.
I understand.
What a crazy ending. I wouldn't call it quite an upset, but wow, man. They
were in it the whole time.
Yeah. That's why I really, watching that match, I can't call it an upset, but I'm just still taken back.
I still had them at the bottom of the totem pole that was this match. I really had it going either Imperium or Creed Brothers, and I was really pushing for the Creed Brothers. But to be fair, Imperium and MSK were very smart getting rid of the Creed brothers there near the entire match.
That was the biggest threat. It was like an episode of Survivor. No, vote the strongest one out. Sorry. Like, you are the weakest link. Get out of here.
I don't blame the strat. You got to do what you got to do, but I was so disappointed.
That's what happened.
Because you
it
didn't really see much. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. I do like MSK.
Yes.
This made me even more believe, though, that they're the ones that jumped the Creed brothers. I'm pointing the finger.
So I'm so glad you said that. I don't care what they denied or what they're saying. They're lying through their teeth, man.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get that psychological edge that threw the Creed brothers off
the
their
last
game.
text that they got before going to Stand and Deliver was that they were going to see them at Stand and Deliver. So it has to be between Imperium and MSK. It's one of them.
But all the wrestlers are there. So it could be just some kind of cheeky technicality.
It could, but I'm salty, so I'm still picking the MSK for
I'm
the
salty
culprits.
too. Yeah. I think salty is a good word. I wanted my boys Creed, the brothers Creed. I wanted them in there, man.
Look, they're still very young. They got a lot of time, so it's fine. Let them. They're gonna build right back up.
MSK showed up.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't too mad at it. MSK has a ceiling that Creed brothers really don't, if we're being honest. So it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
I can wait a little longer. It's cool. I'll let the meat simmer off the bone, as my boy Noah says. There's still meat on the bone, so we're just gonna let that, you know, we're gonna let it sit for a little bit. But all right, let's get into number 4.
Number 4.
Talk about something that I was not expecting. Dolph Ziggler proving everybody wrong.
Man,
him saying, you know, DZ 2.0 is here. Yeah.
My predictions are off, man. I haven't hit one yet.
Oh, man. Oh, so you would be doing the punishment if it was the All Real crew. Well,
yeah.
To be fair, he has a lot of money that he now owes Robert Roode, because if it wasn't for Robert Roode this match, I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker was going to win. Come on. Like, there were so many interferences. I have no idea how this didn't end in DQ. That ref was extremely forgiving because he already kicked Robert Roode out the first time. Roode comes back the second time, and he's like, this is the championship match. You can't do this. So he like kind of like shoos him off, but he doesn't really leave. But at that point, all the momentum was gone. And Dolph Ziggler just took on this crazy personality of like this bloodlust dude and just went to town, which I liked.
Yes.
But, you know, I wish that it came sooner and Robert Roode was not in the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you say Ziggler owes Roode a lot of money, but I think I'm more curious about how much Ziggler already paid the ref. So,
boom. There we go.
That's the number I want to know.
That's the story.
Yeah. But nonetheless, a great match. And I think you put it best. I mean, Ziggler really did become possessed. It was a Dolph Ziggler we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was great. It's awesome.
I mean, dude, he's making me a believer, and this is the second coming of Dolph Ziggler. Cool. I love it. But I don't like the antics. Keep Robert Roode up out of there. Turn on him. That will make me a big fan. If he turns on Robert Roode, I'd love it. I would absolutely love that. So I'm watching. Very anticipated.
I don't want that to happen, but God, would it be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It would just speak to the character. You want to be 2.0, then there needs to be some upgrades. Time to let go of some stuff. And I think it's time for the Dirty Dogs to kind of split.
You know, and Roode could probably shine off on his own. I think exactly. He has it. He could do it. And he really is kind of in Ziggler's shadow. So I hadn't thought about it till you brought it up. Very interesting. I don't like it, but man.
I feel it coming. I feel it coming. There's something in the air. I see a lot of splits happening. Just on a real quick tangent. I see the Dirty Dogs splitting, and I see Happy Corbin and Madcap splitting very, very soon. I see that happening very soon. Happy Corbin's starting to get annoyed with Madcap. If you've kind of seen it, there's a rift coming. I'm seeing the rift, and I'm liking it.
Needs to.
Yeah.
It needs to.
Yeah. We're starting to get rid of some of these tag teams, and that's fine with me. I like it. So let's see what happens. But all right.
Let's get into 3. I'm excited for 3.
Prepare yourself. Number 3. Man, oh man.
Excited was the wrong word. I was excited to get into it and talk about it, but I'm not excited about the results.
Not at all.
Ciampa.
Tommaso
Ciampa loses his last match at NXT.
And frankly, what a bullshit match it was. I was expecting so much more from this match, and it really just felt like a normal match. I didn't want normal. This is supposed to be his last match on NXT. I needed blood. I needed weapons. I needed it to go crazy. Like, I wanted the fairy tale ending that we were promised. And so now I'm thinking he's injured or there's something going on. There has to be something behind the scenes, because there is no way in hell that was the way that Ciampa really wanted to end his time at NXT.
Yes.
That just was so anticlimactic.
I was expecting a romantic, climactic ending, like in a big Hollywood movie, but instead it was some flaccid match that you could watch in any indie wannabe high school
any Tuesday
film.
night.
It was so
in Orlando,
sad,
you
man.
could have watched this.
I didn't want to watch it. Like I said, it was flaccid. It was flaccid.
I'm very disappointed, and I would have been so much more happy. Like, I would have taken the loss. Like, if Ciampa lost, but it was a crazy match.
Triumphant, like, in a big way, man.
Yeah,
no.
Go out with a bang on your shield. Cool. It was just, it just wasn't it. Dude, I had my wife's baby sisters watching it because I was like, this is gonna be good. And they were like, man, the Io Shirai and
that's
all
what
that,
I did with Royal Rumble. I had my house filled full of friends for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They're like,
this
is what you're talking about?
NXT embarrassed the hell out of me just now. I'm not gonna lie. But what I did, like, I won't brag too much. I will say I really liked the fact that Triple H came out. That was extremely
the highlight.
Emotional.
Wow. I did not see this coming, and you saw it. Like, I was watching the tweets, you were watching it live, I saw it coming in. Like, man, this is too cool, man, to see the man Triple H kind of be the godfather of NXT.
Yeah,
you know?
I was annoyed, and all of a sudden I hear Triple H's music. I was like, whoa, and like I'm like scrambling on the computer because I was about to get some water or something. I just remember I was like, whatever, like that was a waste of time. And all of a sudden I hear Triple H's music. I was like, ain't no way in hell. Like, did something happen? Did I like click off or something? And
yes.
No, he just
and I want to get back to what you were saying. Something's got to be going on. Look how emotional this was. Ciampa doesn't want to leave. Something else has to be going on.
Something's happening.
I mean, I think, you know, we don't have tinfoil hats here. That's Jackie and Lexi. But I'm telling you, man, like I couldn't agree more. Something's up. That was just so emotional for his last match.
I think
and to think that it's the last Ciampa match.
You could see the disappointment on Tommaso Ciampa's face too. Like, you could just see it. This was not how he wanted to go out. There's something going on, man. So prayers up to Ciampa. I hope everything is okay, and I hope I'm just reading too much into it, because, man, I was so confused, and I was more mad. But now that, like, I've had time, now I'm thinking, and he's done way too much for the promotion for that to be how it ended, and I refuse to believe that that's how anybody wanted it to be. Something has to be happening with Ciampa.
I'll end this on a brighter note. Glass half full. This may be the last NXT, but it's not going to be the last of Ciampa. It won't.
Not at all.
It won't.
Not
be.
at all.
He won't.
And
he won't
I don't
stand
even believe
for
that this is the last we'll see of him in NXT. This might be his last time, like, on the roster. But you got to be ridiculous if you think that he's never going to show his face and have some cameos, some pops.
Too good.
And with Braun Breaker, come on, man, that was also really fun. So, yeah, I'm sure we're going to see him, but for that to be how things went, I'm not feeling it.
Let's end it positive.
Yeah.
Ciampa, we love you, man.
Thank you
You've done
for making
great stuff.
NXT, for being the brightest thing on NXT for so long.
So long.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for what you did, bro. So, yeah.
Well, let's get into number 2.
Number 2.
Cameron Grimes. Can you believe it? What?
Grimes.
Cameron
I ain't gonna
Grimes,
hold you, man.
the new North American champion.
I almost had a teardrop. I couldn't believe it. And seeing the emotion that he let out when he pulled that belt off. Cameron Grimes is your new North American champion. And I don't know if he just lost his dad or what, but that's been a big story as of late. And dude, like, you can just see in this picture alone how much this win meant. And talk about crawling from the gutter, losing your first qualification match to get into this, getting a surprise second chance in a fatal 4-way match, winning that in amazing fashion in a great fight, and then coming out here and putting on probably the best show on Stand and Deliver.
So, I mean, it's a heartwarming story all the way through. A wild card, bottom up guy, finally getting his chance. And damn it, did he earn it?
Yes.
Wow.
Talk about you deserve it. Cameron Grimes deserved it.
Man, this guy did such a good job. He grinded all the way through. He did everything he needed to do to overcome the odds and just grind all the way through. Grinding Grimes, man. That's what I'm going to call him. I mean, this guy just put his nose to the ground and got it done. And he is the champion. And I'm so happy to see that belt on him. I mean, it's such a great story. It really is. And for that reason, even though I'm a huge Carmelo Hayes fan, I really am. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
But I'm happy for Grimes.
Look,
I really am.
I knew for a fact that that Carmelo Hayes was not walking out of there with the belt. I knew that after the whole Pete Dunne debacle. I was like, there's no way he is done after this. I will riot myself at NXT headquarters if he keeps it after standing
right around the corner.
Yeah,
we'll march.
Exactly. I was ready. I had the location and everything. But so, you know, I had no idea though who was gonna take it. I felt like Cameron Grimes was the most primed, but when he lost, it was like, oh, okay, so who's it gonna be? I thought maybe Grayson Waller or it was really up in the air. Maybe Escobar Santos. Like there were names, you know, there was all this, and for this to happen was really beautiful, man. Like this was a really great thing to happen to Cameron Grimes. I'm very happy. Salute to Cameron Grimes for sure, man. That was awesome. That was so awesome. Very
storybook. It was storybook. It was such a great ending to a great show.
No, that was the beginning.
You know, and you mentioned Waller. Honorable mention. That hit he took to the ladder when no one was home. Wow, the ladder just
you saw what I tweeted. He had to have broken his elbow. He had to break his arm. Something is finished. The way he was scraping on the ground.
You don't just hit something and then bounce back that quick.
A steel ladder, that shit hurts when you graze it. For him to jump off of the tallest one off the ring and hit it elbow first, expect to not see him for a little bit.
And it was steel because aluminum would have folded.
Yeah.
It would not have bounced back like that.
No, that was steel.
The slow motion of that and how quick it bounced.
I couldn't watch it. When I saw it in real time and I was like, oh, no. I just knew. I was like, that's broken. I don't care what nobody says. That's broken. So, yeah. Props to Grayson for sacrificing yourself and not getting the title, but man, you got my respect. Anybody that's willing to hurt themselves like that for a chance, hell yeah, bro. That's some badass stuff because I'm not doing it.
There's some great GCW stuff too. Yeah. I mean, today I was watching the USA versus the World, and Speedball was in that one. Yep. You know, he he did win. So, but that's okay. I'll take that loss. The USA did lose on that match. That was fun all the way through. Another good honorable mention.
Yeah.
That match was just a lot of fun, man. We got to see JD Drake go lucha. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, check out the Twitter page, man. Wow. He did a Hurricane Rana on Benito.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like,
check
wow.
that out on Twitter.
Benito.
I know what you're talking about. Definitely check that on Twitter. But
JD Drake did a Hurricane Rana. And then he did a kick up, with a little bit of help. Don't get me wrong. But still, wow.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
No, that's a great segue, though, for number one. Because if we're talking about indies and something that stole the show, because any other time Cameron Grimes would be number one.
Yes.
But oh
Let's
my God,
get into it.
I got to get into number one. So here's your number one.
I'll let you take this one away, man.
Dude, Dark Sheik. I'm speechless. I am speechless. So I didn't know who Dark Sheik was until Thursday. And when I saw her, I was like, that's a dangerous woman because she's like 6'2". You know what I mean? That's my height. Any woman that's over 6 foot already is like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Because that means like they're going to whoop some ass. So when I heard that, it was already like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And the first fight that I saw her in, she whooped this dude's ass. Who was it? No, it wasn't Thursday. It was one night only in California. It was a GCW match, and she fought.
I'm trying to pull up the notes.
Matthew.
Right,
she fought Matthew. What's his name? Matthew Justice, and won. She beat Matthew Justice on GCW one night only. That was my intro to her. So I wasn't too surprised when I saw this match. She went up against Parrow. Look at this dude. Just look at this dude real quick. Are you kidding me? So she's fighting this man and he's getting her ass whooped. I mean,
thrown around,
flung around. Her partner, I forget her name. I don't even remember her name, but she gets flown. Like, Parrow throws Dark Sheik into her when she's like on the apron, and she breaks the table. That's how hard Parrow was throwing this woman around. It didn't matter though.
GCW has such brutal matches.
They really talk about sacrificing their bodies. This is why I like this promotion. You want that raw, rugged edge kind of style. You watch GCW. Whatever they're gonna do it right. Trust me. And they did. And this win that Dark Sheik pulled out of nowhere. Are you kidding me with this roll up? This victory roll up. And I know you can't really tell, but there's a figure. Blonde hair. You can't see the rat tail, but I gave it away just now. That's Effie jumping into the ring because the ref is knocked out. He jumps in the ring and does a quick 1, 2, 3, and the crowd goes crazy. I mean, ballistic. Dark Sheik pulls
coming in for the win.
Thin air. Bro.
That's fantastic, man. And that's a solid pin, man. When you sit that in and lock it, and you've already been beaten down and worn out, and that's a big dude. Parrow's not a small guy. It's not like he has a big gas tank. Those big guys burn up fuel quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, towards the end of a match like that, after throwing women around all over the place, tossing them into tables and chairs and breaking practically the mat.
Yeah.
I don't find it hard to believe she was able to find an opportunity and set in a very difficult pin to get out of.
The beatdown that she was taking that match was astounding. I mean, first off, you don't see women and men fighting in like wrestling matches anyway. GCW doesn't give a hell. They will do that. I've seen so many of them. I'm desensitized now. Every time.
Right?
Yeah, like every time there's an event.
I think it was Trouble in Paradise. Where his husband versus wife.
Yeah.
Loser does dishes for life.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, like it's ridiculous. Like it's so cool because I mean that just like shows that these fights can be entertaining, but this one literally stole the show. I couldn't think of anything else that I wanted to put at number one, but that was the biggest upset of the day. probably of the weekend. But
and you know what? That's real wrestling. Because even back in the day when I had to wrestle in high school, we had to wrestle girls. It was weight class, period.
Yep.
And obviously this wasn't a weight division. So
yeah. But that's
she did fantastic. But that's what this sport is. It's not about this, that, or the other. It's about going in that ring and finding out who is best. Period. And I love it. It's why I love wrestling. And professional wrestling, especially GCW, how just raw it is. It's been fantastic. This has been a great few days. I mean, fight fans, you have been spoiled.
Yeah. Again,
spoiled.
I know I'm roughing it up right now. I know. I don't need anybody telling me. I know. But don't get it twisted. I love doing this. I'm having a great time doing it. I wouldn't trade this for the world. This has been fantastic. I'm having such a good time with it. So, yeah, this shit is work. This is still work. But, dude, this is the best work.
We do it for you, fight fans. We do it for you.
No, I'm going to be lying. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing it for me, too, because I get to watch this stuff, too, on Tom's dime. Appreciate you, Tommy Mac. You're the best. I appreciate you, man, because I'm watching some great wrestling. But, yeah, man, I love the fact that I can get you guys all of your fight news as well. It's a great side bonus to my watching for my entertainment too.
Yeah, absolutely. And fight fans, before we bid you adieu, let's give this list a very enthusiastic NJP style round of applause.
Most definitely, especially for Dark Sheik.
Great wrestling. Yeah. So, and NJP, gosh, you're doing great stuff. Tony Khan, you're amazing. GCW, WrestleCon, awesome. And fight fans, make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're going to keep you in the loop.
Vinnie Mac, I'm talking to you. Don't you fucking screw this up for me. Don't do it. I'm expecting WrestleMania to be a banger. Do not.
So I didn't say it. I had my little side prediction. If Cody Rhodes did not show up in ROH Super Card of Honor, then he has to show up in WWE. This is my little prediction. It has to happen. So
better be there.
I concur. Vinnie Mac, don't you screw this up.
Don't
put somebody wrong in.
Me.
Don't do
Cody
it.
Rhodes better be there. And if he's not,
Speedball. Put Speedball in. That'd be better.
I'm fine with. I'll take Speedball. I won't be mad at Speedball.
Mike Bailey versus Seth Rollins.
I will not bail you out when the Wrestleverse horde comes for you, because there will be people angry about it. But I won't be a part of it. But if Cody Rhodes or Mike Bailey are not involved, I want your head on a pike. I would be so furious. So that's my warning. Tonight better be good. There's been too much indie stuff that's been blowing everything WWE has put out so far out the water.
Out of the water.
Time to step it
Indy
up.
has been killing everything. And I don't care what anybody says. So I'm still a big fan. You have my patience. You have my attention.
But it's running
WWE,
low.
do it right. Do it right.
Right.
I'm telling you.
I feel like a parent.
Guys, fight fans, if we've missed anything, make sure you let us know. Like, share, subscribe. If there's anything we miss, make sure you comment and check out some sweet merch that we have. And Tijon, anything else?
Yeah, man.
Honorable mentions?
Check out All Real Crew on Monday. That's when we're going to do it. Just recapping everything. We did our predictions literally about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So check that out also. I got some wild ass punishments. I really hope I don't lose, because I know that they do too. So yeah, definitely check that out Monday. We're going to hit that full speed. But yeah, other than that, man, just all the recap videos. Check out that WrestleCap link below. And
follow us on Twitter. We're going to keep you in the loop, guys.
Definitely follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Everything. Take it to the ring. TTR Wrestling. All Real Crew. Everything. Look it up. We are there. But until next time, guys, it's Tijon.
And Billy here. Don't stop believing.
Keep it real.